Hello, everyone. Just wanted to welcome you to the February 2024 update. A few things I've done in the past few weeks. The last video I showed the street lights functioning and wired. I've got two more battery packs over there, and each one of those is controlling a set of building lights. So the one in the middle that says building lights controls the right side of the street. The one on the left side controls the left side of the street. I will eventually paint those battery boxes black so that they don't stick out so much. But I'll turn those on here in a minute and show you what those look like. Back in the corner over there, let me see if I can zoom in on that. There is a fire station back over there, the famous Pike Stuff fire station. What I've done on the left side there, you can see there's a man door with a little overhanging roof. I used some of the pieces that I cut out for the overhead doors and built just a little, sort of office or entryway onto the side. Additionally, the reason that things are on their sides over there, I'm gluing down some of the pavement. Anyway, they're just holding the streets down until they glue. But I've got a little helicopter pad back there behind the ambulance. Got a little helicopter sitting back there. Got the ambulance, got a fire truck, and the orange truck there that's on its side is actually a grocery delivery truck there for the market. But you can see the fire chief car there sitting on the left of the market. So I'm going to see if I can't find maybe one more fire apparatus. Either what I have right now is a ladder truck, maybe just a pumper truck or something else. So I've got three bays, one for the ambulance, one for the ladder truck, and one for something else. I did add over here at the right, you can see where the stop indicators are on that street. I put a black paved road going back in there. If you'll remember, that was actually gravel in front of the engine servicing facility. So I just covered that up with a street. Coming around to the other side of the layout, let me pause here. All right, so it's fairly bright in here today. We've got like a 60-degree sunny day today. So I turned out the overhead light, and you can see the building lights. I think they're not all that bright, which is good. I didn't want them to be, look like there were spotlights inside the buildings. But what those are, the battery boxes were connected to. They're actually lights for decorating at Christmas. There's small white LEDs. There's about 25 of them on a string, and the battery box contains the resistor as well. So it takes 3 AA's to power those, and I'm pretty pleased with them. You can see down there at the very end on the far left, there is a building without a roof on it, and that's a service station. So I'm going to be working on that here soon to get that roof put in place. And then I've got a service station right here, dead center in the front. This is the back of it right now, but I'll have some fuel pumps in the front of that eventually. Got a bit of a mess over here at the lumber yard, but just wanted to show you. I've got some more trees sitting there. And what these trees are, that's about 5 packages of decorative tree branches that you can find at Hobby Lobby. They're about $2 or $3 a package, and you probably get, gosh, I don't know, 40 of them maybe in a package. They're about 3/8 of an inch in diameter and probably between 4 and 5 inches long. So they make really good trees for a lumber yard. So I've got them all stacked up there right now. And I've also got over here a front end loader that's got an attachment on the front for carrying logs. So theory is the logs get placed there until they're ready to be put to the mill. And then this front end loader will take them over and either place them on the conveyor belt or just drop them in the pond. So scrolling back over here, I'm back in the corner now behind the plastics facility, and I've got an area there that needs some kind of scenery. And my thought is to use rocks. Any of you who have followed me in my various layouts know I'm a big fan of natural rock rather than trying to use castings. So I've got a bunch more in a bucket, which is down in the garage right now, soaking. I picked these up in the new construction area of the neighborhood, so I had to wash them off. But they've got a nice gray-brown patina on them. I have some larger chunks, which I'm going to put in there. That little hill in the front is not going to go there. That was just kind of an experiment that I had done a while back. But anyway, I'm going to build a rock outcropping hill back in there just to cover up that area. Swing around here and look at the other side of the town. So right there in the middle is the service station without the roof. It also doesn't have windows yet. There's no interior yet. So a little bit of work to do on that. Also, behind and among all the houses over there, I've still got ground cover to place. You can see the bare cork is still showing through. Back here in the front, let me pause for 1 second. Zooming out, probably the biggest change you'll see is I have skirting around the bottom of the layout. And yes, it is up off the carpet about 3 inches, because I still have this, it is carpet, and I still run the vacuum in here. So in an effort not to be sucking up the skirting in the vacuum cleaner, I left it off the carpet about 3 inches. So the skirting is landscaping cloth, and I found it at Ollie's, which is a kind of a discount store. I don't know if you all have those, but I would think somewhere like maybe Dollar General, or I don't think Dollar Tree has it. Probably a little bit too expensive for them. But it was a 36-inch wide, 50-foot long roll of landscape cloth. And it's very lightweight. It's very easy to cut. It was, I only needed about probably 29 inches. So what I did is I took the roll of landscape cloth before I opened it down to the garage and just cut it with my chop saw, and got a nice clean cut. So anyway, it's up there right now. I've got a little adjusting to make on the cloth. You can see where it's pulled, but a 50-foot roll allowed me to go around the entire layout in one piece. So I don't know if you can see it over there behind the chair. That's where all of my power stuff is for the DCC. And I used, stole Jerry Leone's trick, or method, I guess. I hate that word, trick. Method for hanging skirting. And what I have are clothespins that I got at the dollar store, just the regular old wooden clothespins. I ran a bead of hot glue up the backside, stuck it up to the backside of the fascia, and then painted them black. So they're doing a good job of holding the skirting up. And the nice thing about these clothespins, they've actually got two surfaces where they can grab, up here and also down here. So I was able to slide the cloth, the hardware cloth skirting up in the clothespin to this point, and then when it clamps down, you've got probably 3/8 of an inch there and another quarter there of clamping force. So it's doing really well. And again, it's lightweight, so there's not a whole lot of tension on those clothespins. I placed them anywhere between every, 12 to 15 inches, just depending. I bought a package of 50 clothespins. I've got 4 of them left. So I'm pleased with it. You know, it's not a museum piece. Let me just shift around here. It's just to hide the mess. The landscape fabric's not completely opaque, so I can still kind of see through it to remember what's back in there, but it does hide the majority of the mess. This building You can see the red brick building here. I changed the orientation of that. It's not rail served, but it does have a loading dock right there. And I just wanted to be able to see this side of the building. It's probably got the most detail on it. You can see there's a couple of overhead lights. There's a power box here, a fan in the window, a boarded up window here. There's a little unloading crane here. So just wanted to be able to see some of that detail. I had it oriented 90 degrees the other way. The left side was originally pointing front. So didn't really like that, but just in the process of putting in some more parking lots. The black one is the most recent. I'll go ahead and paint the rest of those gray lots, probably a similar color, weather them up so they match. I have my Ma's Place restaurant in here. So I've got some parking around the front and around the side and also around the back. I'll fill in this with landscaping. And I don't know if I showed you this. I think I did in the last update. I made a little billboard there. And let me try and zoom in on that. It says Ma's Place, good food, truckers welcome. I made that out of some styrene square tubing and printed the sign obviously on the printer. It's not rocket science, but the way I got the sign to fit inside the square frame was in the top and bottom horizontal sections of the frame. I cut a slot in there with my razor saw, and the sign is double-sided. It says the same thing on the other side, but it's 2 thicknesses of cardstock glued back to back, and I just inserted it in the slots, top and bottom, holds it nice and straight, and then glued it to the vertical supports there, and it's just hole drilled in the layout and stuck in there. So kind of cool. I'm assuming there's going to be a bunch of truckers that stop after they pick their loads up from, let me get zoomed back out, from the Arctic plastics facility here. That's my warehouse on the left with a loading dock. So I'll have a lot of truck traffic in there. Also, I've got a crossing back there. So, assumption is the road goes off somewhere and more truckers come that direction. So they love to stop at Ma's Place because she likes truckers. Sorry, again, it's kind of messy. It's still under construction, but everything's coming along. I'm pleased with the progress. Let's see what else. Back over here to my oil facility, the loading rack that is in the center of the frame there. I had to lift it up about 1/4 of an inch because when I glued the filling tubes in to the sides here, and here, and on the other side, I glued them in too low. So when the loading rack sits right down on the layout, the tank car domes hit it. So I had to lift that up. 1/8 of an inch wasn't enough, so I put another piece of foam under there. So now I've got 1/4 of an inch increase there. I'll probably put a set of steps on the left side. You can see those steps coming down now. Probably put in another set down to the ground so it looks reasonable. I stuck a little warehouse in here in front of the Purina warehouse, just another place for setting cars and switching out box cars. One other thing, which I really don't have anything to show you, is I've started to swap out my wheel sets for Intermountain wheel sets. And those 4 box cars back there have been swapped out. So they've all got Intermountains in them, and they are really nice, I'll have to admit. I had a mixture of metal wheel sets. I had some metal axles with plastic wheel sets, which I think are kind of Athearn standard equipment. And then I had a bunch of old cars that have plastic wheels and wheel sets, or wheels and axles. So, it's going to take me a little while, but eventually I'll get get everything swapped over. I had a, I guess, a happy accident back here on this siding that is right in front of the Purina warehouse. I had one of the newly swapped out wheel set cars in there. I was doing a little switching and tried to drop off a box car at the loading bay on the front of the Purina right over here. And when I unhooked the car and started to pull away, it started to roll down the hill. So I've got a bit of an incline right there that I'm going to have to either level out or maybe put in a derail or something to keep the cars from rolling down the hill. It's just right there. The little warehouse to the front of that is on level ground. So, but it's enough now with the great wheel sets. It just rolls right on by. So with that, I think we'll wrap it up for this update. Appreciate all their comments and all the views. And again, appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and I will talk to you soon.